Hello everyone. In today's video, we will learn how to use Figma and its features. Let's get started. What is Figma? Figma is an online software used for designing wireframes, mobile apps, and website prototypes. You can access it through a web browser or download the desktop software. It is primarily used for UX/UI designing. What is UX/UI design? UX stands for user experience, while UI stands for user interface. In simple terms, user experience design involves the process of planning how a person interacts with the product. On the other hand, user interface (UI) design is a user-centered approach that focuses on designing the aesthetics of a digital product. Essentially, UI designers create the look and feel of a website or application's graphical layout. These interfaces must be both functional and visually appealing while being easy to use. How to download Figma? To download Figma on your desktop, first open your web browser and search for Figma Download. From the search results, select the first website and scroll down until you see the Desktop Apps section. Here, you can download the app for Windows or MacBooks. Since we are downloading for Windows in this example, click on the Windows option. Once the download is complete, locate the Figma icon and click on it to launch the app. You will be prompted to log in with your Gmail account. Simply enter your credentials, and you're ready to use Figma. Introduction of Figma. To begin with, I will explain how to use Figma. When you open the Figma app, you will see an interface with options to view your recent works. You can also create a team by clicking on the appropriate option. This feature allows you to collaborate with your team on the same project simultaneously. Features of Figma? For creating a project, click on this option. After the open window, you will see this type of interface. Now you see a designing bar. Here we have shapes, pen tool, text formats, plugins options, and a frame section. Now we go further options, so I want frame, then I click on this option, and you can also press F for opening a frame section by keyboard. When you click on the frame, you will see this type of interface. Here we choose frames for what device project we work on. See here we have a lot of devices frames. We have mobiles, tablets, and PC frames. We have also other frames like social media, presentations, and papers frames. I want desktop frames, so simply I click on this desktop option. Now I have a frame. Remember one thing, when you start designing, just design inside the frame. Don't design outside of the frame. I want to share you some example and more features. Select a rectangle and then create a rectangle. I want to choose colors and I have this window. Click on the fill and choose color which you want. For now we choose blue. We have also gradients. You see these section if you want gradient then. After choose this option, we have more effects of gradient, like liner, radial, angular, and diamond. You can also put videos and images inside the shapes, but we can't select the video option because the video option is available only in the premium version of Figma. So we choose the image option and then click on the chose image and select the image which you want. After the image selection, you see we can color grading and crop image. After that, we have pen tool. You can use this for tracing and create shapes. And after we have text, you can adjust text properties. From here you can also choose fonts and adjust the size. You have letter spacing and line height options. You also have paragraph spacing. You can align and height text. If you want more option, click on these three dots. Now you have more options. So that's the features of Figma. In next part we learn how to install plugins. How to install plugins. Plugins are programs or applications created by the community that extend the functionality of Figma's editors. To take full advantage of the plugins available, follow these simple steps. First, click on this icon to access the plugins. Next, select the search option and enter the name of the desired plugin. Finally, click on the Run button to activate the plugin. I will tell you some important plugins for your designs. Number 1. Blush. Blush allows you to create and customize illustrations in your Figma designs. To use it, all you have to do is pick a collection, select the composition, and drag it to the canvas. You can play around with the variations that come with the illustration to discover what's perfect for your brand. Number 2. Smooth Shadow. Smooth Shadow is a Figma plugin that helps you create layered and smooth shadows. Shadows are an essential part of your design, and when done right, They make your design look solid and give it depth. Number 3. UI Gradients. UI Gradients is one of the best Figma plugins available. It helps you add gradients to frames, text, and groups, all in one click. All you have to do is select the element you want to apply a gradient to and run the plugin. There are over 350 gradients to choose from, and they can be applied instantly with a single click. Number 4. Illustrations. Illustration Libraries for Figma is a free plugin that you can use to insert high-quality illustrations into your designs, all of which can be used freely under the Creative Commons license. No need to create illustrations from scratch to make your designs look good, just pick and choose from the library. Number 5. Palette. Palette is a plugin that creates the perfect color palette. It's powered by ColorMind and uses AI and machine learning to create color palettes based on your design. Palette automatically detects the shapes you've used in your design and uses their fill colors, up to a maximum of 5, or uses an image file to generate a new color palette. Number 6. Icon 8. Icons 8 has been creating icons for over 7 years, and with their new Figma plugin, you can use one of the largest icon collections without leaving Figma. You can add any icon to your project, simply click the icon you need or drag and drop it on the canvas. Number 7. Remove It. Remove BG is one of the best Figma plugins in 2022. As a designer, you'll probably have had to remove a background from an image. With the Remove BG Figma plugin, you can automatically remove backgrounds without leaving the Figma workspace. Number 8. Charts with. The Charts Figma plugin, you can generate charts that can be added to your Figma document and edited. You can choose from line, area, pie, scatter, bar, and donut charts and then edit them as needed. Number 9. Mockup Studio. With the Mockup Studio Figma Mockup plugin, creating mockups in Figma has never been easier. Mockup Studio is an easy-to-use mockup generator, with over 2,400 scenes that you can choose from. All you need to do is select a frame, and the plugin does the rest. Mockup Studio inserts and scales the frame, then generates hundreds of previews. Simply select the one you want, and it's inserted into your Figma design. Number 10. Unsplash. Unsplash is a massive database of proprietary stock photography. It has over 5 million pictures that cover a dozen categories. The key feature of this platform is that it provides stocks for personal and commercial projects. Figma users are in luck thanks to the Unsplash plugin. They can easily make the most out of this great library. The plugin provides quick access to the collection with fast search capabilities so that users can locate a necessary stock within minutes and insert it straight into their prototypes. Transform your workflow and simplify your tasks with these indispensable plugins. With these powerful tools at your disposal, you'll be able to complete your work with ease and efficiency. In this step, we will be working on designing the homepage for a gym website. Please open your Figma file and select a frame. Once you have done that, choose the color scheme that you want to apply to your design. For the time being, we will use this color scheme. After choosing the color scheme, create a frame by selecting the Frame tool and then clicking on the Desktop Frame option. Once you have created the frame, it's time to create grids. To do this, click on the Layout Grid option and then click on the icon that appears. Select the grid and choose columns. Now, click on the count and write 12. Then, click on the type and select center and write 85. This will create grids for your desktop design. For mobiles, we will create 6 columns grid, and for desktops, we will use 12 columns grid. Basically, the grid system is used for design alignment. We now design within columns for better alignment. Create a rectangle within the frame and choose a black background color. First, let's create a header for the homepage. To do this, we need to create a rectangle shape. Next, we want to round the corners of the rectangle. To do this, go to the settings and adjust the corner radius to 25. Now we want to give the rectangle a full black background color, so select black from the color options. Great! Now we want to add a shadow effect behind the header. To do this, click on the Effect button and select Drop Shadow. Adjust the shadow as desired. Next, we will add buttons and a logo to the header section. If you already have a logo, you can simply drag and drop it into the header. Adjust the logo's position as needed. To create buttons, simply select the text tool and type the name of the button. For example, we can create buttons for home, coaches, pricing, store, about us, and blog. Once the buttons are created, adjust their position according to your design. And voila! Our header is now ready. Now, we need to design the hero section. To do this, we will start by creating a rectangle to use as the background. Next, we want to add an image of a bodybuilder. I have already downloaded the necessary pictures, so we can simply drag and drop the image into the rectangle. Now, we can adjust the image to fit properly within the rectangle. After that, we need to add the headings and subheadings. Finally, we will create a button. To do this, we can create a rectangle. Round the corners. Adjust the text inside. And we're done. Our hero section is now complete. We are now going to design a new section. To extend the frame downwards, hold the Control key on your keyboard and select the desktop frame. Then, drag it to your desired size. In this section, we will display logos of our partner companies. I have downloaded these logos from Google and will now adjust their placement. Once this is done, our second section will be complete. Now, let's take this a step further. I want to add 3 cards here, so I'll create 3 squares. Our cards are ready. But I want to add an effect to the corners. So, I'll create a circle and fill it with the background color. Then, I'll create another circle and fill it with purple. I downloaded all the icons used in this video from Google, and you can do the same. Now, our cards are complete. Next, we will create a membership plan section. To do this, we will follow the same process as we did for the cards. I will create 3 rectangles, adjust the text inside the rectangles, and then group them together by pressing Ctrl G. I also want to add a button to this section, so I will create another rectangle and adjust the text inside it accordingly. Once this is done, I will group the button with the other rectangles. With these steps completed, our membership plan section. After that, I want a gym banner. Once the banner is created, we will create another section. I want a circle effect here. Simply select the circle from the options. You will see a dot. Hold on to this dot and place it in the left corner. Then, hold this dot and adjust it according to your design. I want the same effect down here. Duplicate this circle with Ctrl D and set it vertically. Now, our effect is ready. And we are done with this section. Now, I want to add a new section for joining the community. Once that is done, we only need to design the footer section, which will be the most important section. Now our footer section is ready. Our homepage design is complete, but we need to add background effects to refresh the page. I plan to use gym-related icons that I downloaded from Google and adjust them to fit the background. Additionally, I want to add some purple lighting to create a circle. Click on the effects and select the layer blur. Adjust the circle to your liking and then place it in the background. With these changes, our homepage design is now complete. If you want to full screen preview of your design, simply click here. After opening the window, you will see a full preview. You can also fit the screen of your design. Here's how to design a homepage in Figma. In the next part, we'll cover creating prototypes. Please leave your feedback in the comments below.
How to create prototypes. We will now learn how to create prototypes in Figma. Before we dive into that, let's first understand what a prototype is. A prototype can be a simple drawing or rough model made using basic sketches and materials. It helps designers and innovators identify what needs to be improved or fixed in their design. For instance, engineers may create a working model prototype to test a product before it is approved for manufacturing. I hope you now have a clear understanding of what a prototype is and what it is used for. Moving on to the next step, we will create some prototype examples to help you better understand the concept of prototype and what is used for. How to create a button animation. First, let's learn how to create a button animation in Figma. Open Figma and create a frame. Round its corners. Create a stroke of a rectangle. Choose a color for the rectangle and duplicate it by pressing Ctrl D. Fill the second rectangle and adjust it to the first rectangle. Crop the second rectangle and hide it. Now, write text for the button and adjust it to the rectangle. After completing the button, duplicate it again and adjust the second rectangle as the background. Create them as a component by clicking on Create Component Set and choosing the last option. To create an animation, click on Prototype and connect frame 1 to frame 2. Choose While Hovering and set the time to 200 milliseconds. Repeat the same setting with frame 2 to frame 1. After that, adjust your button to your design. Let's preview our button animation. It's look good. How to create parallel effect. To create a parallel effect in Figma, start by creating a desktop frame and adding a rectangle with a sky blue color. Then, import the PNG files that you downloaded for this animation. There is one PNG for the mountains and one for the forest. Adjust the PNG images to fit inside the frame. And then add text and a header to the frame. To add a button, name it Get Started. After creating this frame, duplicate it and select the forest PNG. Increase its size as desired. Next, choose the prototype option to give the images an animation. Select, on-click, and choose the Custom Bezier option. Set the time to 300 milliseconds and adjust the curves as shown in the video. Finally, preview your animation to see how it looks. It should look great. How to create portfolio landing page animation. Let's start by creating an animation for our portfolio landing page. First, we need to design a layout. Once you have created a design, import the picture you want to adjust and add it to your design. Then, create a black rectangle and set the fill color to black. Choose a picture and set the layer through opacity to 0%. Duplicate this frame and create a circle at the frame center. Set the circle to the stroke and increase stroke depth. Add a heading and subheading and adjust them to the center of your design. Put them into the frame by selecting Frame Selection. Hide both texts from the frame. Adjust your picture in this circle, which you hide previously frame. If the picture is in portrait shape, round it from the given option. Duplicate another frame and increase the size of the circle you created. Adjust the text that you hide. Now, it's time to create an animation. Click on Prototype and connect the frames with each other. Do the setting as I am doing. After connecting the frames, click Preview to view the animation. Now our animation is complete, and it looks great. How to create slide effect. To create a specific type of animation for our agency website, we need to start by creating one big and one small card. We should have 4 cards in total, but the number can be adjusted according to our preference. Once the cards are created, we should select one big and one small card and create a component set by clicking on the Component option. We should repeat the same process for all the other cards. After that, we need to select all the cards and click on Combine as Variants. Then, we should go to the Assets section and drag and drop each card. Next, we should arrange the cards in the desired order, with the big card that we want to show first followed by the smaller ones. We should then convert them into an auto layout by clicking on the Auto Layout option and adjusting them to fit our design. Once that's done, we should duplicate our frames and select the second small card and change it into a big card. We should repeat this process until all the cards have been shown as the main card. Now, we can create the animation. We need to go to the Prototype section, select the card's frame, and connect it to the second frame. We should then select, After Delay and set the time to 300 milliseconds. Next, we should choose Smart Animate and set the time to 800 milliseconds. We should repeat this process for all the other cards. Finally, we should preview our animation to see how it looks. How to create responsive background animation. Let's create an animation for our website. First, create a grid for the background. Draw lines like this and duplicate them. Apply a gradient color with a radial effect. Then, give the grid animation and select it into a component set. Next, select the prototype and apply the same settings as I adjusted. Go to Assets and drag and drop the grid into your design. Adjust it as a background and group it by pressing Ctrl+G, check if it works or not. If it does, create a button and give it animation. Apply a hover effect and duplicate the button. Fill the second button with a different color and add a drop shadow. Create components and connect them with the same settings. Repeat the process with another button. For text, write a subheading and apply the desired color. Duplicate it and apply a different color to another part. Create frames for both and connect them with the mouse enter setting. After creating animations, adjust them into the design. Pick a picture and remove the background. Adjust it in your design and set the opacity at 40%. Add headings and assets and select them into frames. Hide them and duplicate your main screen. Show your headings, subheadings, and buttons on the second screen. Select them with each other, set the delay to 100 milliseconds, and choose slow with 800 milliseconds. Also, check this box. Now, it's time to preview. It looks cool. So that's how you create prototypes in Figma. I hope you understand what is prototype and what is used for. In the next part, we learn how to download and use mockups.
How to download and use mockups? In this tutorial, I will teach you how to download and use mockups for your designs. First, open your web browser and search for free mockups to download. Then open any website you prefer. For example, you can search for laptop or MacBook mockups. You will find lots of mockups for your design. Choose the one you like and scroll down to find the download button. Click on it to start the download process. You can repeat this for other mockups you want to download. For instance, if you want to download mockups from FreePic, select the mockup you want to download, click on the download button and choose the PSD option. It's that simple. First, you need to extract the files that you downloaded. Once you have extracted them, simply open the files. Keep in mind that you'll need Adobe Photoshop to access them. After opening the file, you'll need to replace the existing design with your own. For this, double-click on the icon located in the bottom right corner of the screen. This will open a new tab. Click on the plus icon to create a new layer and delete other layers. Then, drag and drop your design into the frame and adjust it accordingly. Click on the tick option to save your design and then click on the cross icon. A prompt will appear. Choose Yes. Your design is now successfully replaced. To export the file, go to File and select Export. Choose Export as and adjust the settings according to your needs. Hit Export to save your file. Repeat the same process for other files. Once you have created your mockups, you can add them to your portfolio website for clients to see. How to create a portfolio. A portfolio is a great way to showcase your designs to the community and clients. To create a portfolio, open your web browser and navigate to behance.net. Sign up with your Gmail account and open your profile. To add your designs, click on the Share Your Work option and select Project. You will see an interface where you can add your images and text. Click on the image icon and select your designs one by one. Repeat this process until you have added all your designs. Next, add some text by clicking on the Text option. Once you have added your images and text, click on Continue. Give your design a heading. Add some tags. And select the software you use to create your designs. For example, if you use Figma and Photoshop, select them. Lastly, select the categories of your design. For example, if you designed UX, UI, and web design, select them. Finally, click on Publish. Your design is now published, and you can view it on behance.net. Here's a complete guide to becoming a Figma expert. You'll be able to confidently take on any design project with the tools and techniques provided in this guide. Don't forget to subscribe for more tutorials and leave a comment to let me know your thoughts on this tutorial. Thank you for watching.